Okay, so we have something rather controversial, I'd say, and something that personally I don't like the most happening on JP. So, one thing is for sure, every bad decision that's come to JP up to date has not arrived on global. All right, I just want to make that clear. Most of the bad things that happen on JP usually get changed or just completely ignored on global. So I don't really think this is going to affect global as hard, but I think that this is just something that if it did come to global would start making them like absolutely no money, and it's like just a bit stupid that they're doing this in the first place. I think a lot of people will be happy for it though, don't get me wrong, but from a business standpoint, I don't really understand it, if I'm being honest. Okay, now it's a bit odd. Now just to start off, I do want to say, oh, this is that's global. That is unfortunate. Hold on. So they are removing pretty much 7,000 crystals worth a month of currency for players, because now we can't get any more crystals in memory hall on JP, and then dailies are giving the exact same amount as they are on global. So I want to kind of give that in perspective. So on global right now we're getting 80, and now JP is going to get 80. Now you might be like, okay, great, JP and global are synced up, but that is not the case. Number one, you cannot guarantee the skill page on JP, and number two, a fest rotation costs 30,000 instead of 24,000. So technically for premium units, it's costing you more. Now you might be like, oh, but they have more dupes. Not really, because these dupes are extremely expensive and I'm only able to get them as a whale. So most free to plays are not even able to touch these dupes that you get, besides maybe this one, but with 125 it's even harder. I could barely get this one. Getting this mage dupe is a struggle. So yes, there's a lot of dupes you could get, but almost none of them are attainable. So for your average free to play, going on JP right now is going to be a lot more difficult than just sticking on global, which is something I want to make clear. All right, so we're gonna basically be talking about Arena and basically what's happening with Real-Time Arena, and I think I don't know if it's the worst case scenario, but it's not the best case for the game itself, for the game to last long. I'm a bit confused, but let's get into it. So, first of all, what are they going to be changing? Basically, Real-Time Arena that was operating as a beta version will be converted into regular content. Now, there's three things, all right? First of all, there's going to be ranking and tier rewards, which Global already has, so this doesn't really apply to Global. Most of this does not apply to Global, but we can maybe take some of this and see how Global can transform what JP is doing in a really bad manner and make it good, because that's usually what Garena does. There's going to be season points, okay, which, by the way, right now, JP does not have, right? If we go here, we're getting no rewards. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. There's absolutely no rewards. All right, so that's thing number one. Now, thing number two, there's going to be core times for earning season points. So only during certain times you're going to be able to get points. And then there's going to be kind of a penalty and countermeasure against cheating / a report system. So as of right now, you can only get, as of right now, you could get points during any time of the day, but now they're going to make it for, I think, 9 hours in the day, you're going to be able to get points. All right, so it's a bit better, but also a lot worse, because it also forces people to grind a lot heavier in these hours instead of maybe spreading it out during the day. Because now you only have 9 hours to grind, instead maybe before you had 24 hours where you could put in the same amount of time, but whenever you want / when you had free time, where now you don't really get to choose, right? That's something that people are not really happy about. I think people, from what I've been seeing, people would have rathered if there was only a certain amount of tickets you could use a day, kind of like Grand Cross has, where you can only get a certain amount, from what I know. I think, honestly, in my opinion, that would be better. Now, how they could do it for global is where tickets are the ones that give you points, but you could still play if you don't use tickets. Now, the one thing that is going to be bad with that is that you could technically feed, right? If you do a system where you could use tickets, and then when you're not using tickets, you could still play, you're technically able to feed like your friends if you match up with your friends. So I think the way they would have to do it is, like, if they bring tickets into the game, which a lot of people were recommending, is that when you're not using tickets, you would have a different matchmaking group. But then that also brings another problem, right? So no matter what way they do it, there's going to be problems. If they make it only certain hours, it causes people to have to play during those hours and cause them maybe to not be able to play and not be able to get high ranked because of the hours not matching up, right? That's thing number one. If they bring tickets, then it's either they split up the matchmaking groups into two, right? Or, right, they allow feeding to happen in this game. So even tickets have their own problems. I want to make that clear. If they make arena tickets that you need to consume, that also brings its own problem. Personally, I rather this type of system where you only have certain times in the day to get points, but you could still play during the whole day, right? It's just obviously we know what times of the day there's going to be more players in. So you guys let me know what you think of this, but it also only being during certain times is pretty good to stop people from really wanting to kind of quit the game, right? Obviously, there's going to be some penalty system, I guess, so we'll see how that goes. But I really do want to know what you think of this. In my opinion, I am indifferent because personally, I'm not chasing the top ranks, but I know some people will, a lot of people will, and it's going to suck for them. So yeah, you could still play Arena when it's not during point time, but it's just more people obviously will be playing when you're able to get points for those 9 hours. So that's the number one thing. Now, there is going to be a reporting feature from the Season 15 update. Basically, let's see. During the final testing phase, it was determined that some functional improvements were necessary, so it was excluded from this update. All right, so it's not going to be in Season 15, but it's going to probably be coming out later, I guess. Now, this is the main thing that really, I guess, worries me, and that is Season 17 Realtime Arena Lite. The arena is a stage where mages compete against each other to prove their strength. In order to maintain a high win rate, strategic play and a variety of mage decks are essential. It takes a lot of time and effort to train mages and manage their rankings. For this reason, we recognize that the barrier to participation is higher than with other content. In that respect, it seems that real-time arena normalization can replace this. Except for high-ranking mages, you can enjoy the arena lightly. For mages who play the game lightly, we believe it is necessary to make it easy for people to experience the excitement of the arena. So to make it easier for all mages to enjoy, we are currently developing RTA Lite. It is still in development and verification stage, and there are many adjustments to be made. We would like to explain to you what kind of arena it is and what role we expect it to play. The major directions of Real-Time Arena Lite are as follows, so we're going to go through this. Now, I personally am not the biggest fan of this. Now, one thing I do want to note, by the way, we're going to pull up the Japanese tweets after because the Japanese people are mainly angry, but if we go here, right, we could see that they are removing, I guess I show it here. They are removing normal arena. They're removing all types of PvP. Personally, I do not get why squad PvP is being removed. I think it's because of the bug, but it should come back. Now, event arena being removed on JP makes sense, but not on global. Random arena, I hate it, but I know some people found it fine. And normal arena, in my opinion, should not have been removed because of the changes they're making. So let's go into that. First off, battle mode is pick and ban, alright? So it's going to be pick and ban. Now, you can play the characters you own at level 125 max dupe. So every single character in your box is going to be max dupes at level 125 in this mode. The skill page will be max dupe, and no equipment or accessories, talent, engravement stones will be added. So it's all going to be base levels. I personally think this would have been great. The problem is, this is the only arena mode that there's going to be in the game. They are stupid if this makes it to the final testing phase, if this makes it to the live game in Season 17 without any other mode. In my opinion, they should take a Grand Cross type of formula where there is the normal mode with gear, with everything, with your normal units that gives you the crystals, and then have this mode maxed out everything where it gives you bonus rewards, but it's not going to give you premium currency like crystals. This is great for some free-to-plays, but you also gotta understand that for this game to survive, you need the whales to want to summon, okay? Having the free-to-plays is good, but you know why you guys are good to have? Because it allows the whales to see that there is a difference between spending and not spending, right? Removing that on JP is gonna suck. Is this coming to global? I do not think so, right? Global needs to make their money, all right? Now, this is going to be a fun mode. Do not get me wrong. Do I think this mode is bad? No, when I first saw this, I was excited. But I thought there was going to be both modes. I've literally said there should be a pick and ban mode and a normal mode where you could use any units, right? Pick and ban, it makes sense why pick and ban has all of these things. Because gear and pick and ban in this game with how gear grinding is stupid. But they should have a normal mode where you could have your normal gear too. So to me, this mode is good to have only if they also bring another mode where it actually gives the proper rewards. I do not think this mode is the one that should be giving most of the good rewards, okay? Now, if they do, if this is, for example, if this gives the crystals, you can make the normal mode give certain premium, like, materials. Now, on JP, obviously, it's very different on JP to global. This is mainly a JP video. I want you to keep that in mind. We're going to talk about how this can affect global, right? What they could do, I guess it doesn't really count for Black Asta, but what we need, is reroll accessory stones, right? If they give it through this PvP mode, for example, if they give it through the normal mode and they consider, like, they don't max everything out, like, not everything's max, it's the quote-unquote pay-to-win mode. They could give reroll stones through that so that there is some type of competition. Okay, people are going to want to get this reward. Besides that, maybe they could give extra stamina, gold, whatever. But if they are hell-bent on making it that this mode is where everyone could get currency, and that this is going to be a mode for even newer players, right? Because you just get the unit once, get their skill page, and that's it, right? That's going to be this, right? But they should have something for whales, because right now they just removed the arena. Okay, I'm just saying there needs to be something for people who spend, because if not, the spenders are going to leave. And you might think, oh, well, we don't need to fuck the spenders, right? No, if you want to play this game, we need spenders, okay? This mode is going to encourage the exact opposite. I don't get why they're even doing this. Because this literally encourages you to just summon less, which I don't get. Now, one thing you have to consider, obviously, we are losing on JP 6 multis a month. We are getting less currency than global on JP now, less dupes, less everything, okay? It's also going to be you can't guarantee the fest skill page, okay? So maybe that is something where it's like, okay, fest skill pages now only get 1 year, fine. But I just don't really, to me, this doesn't make sense as it's the only mode. If there was 2 modes, if there was normal battle mode and pick and ban, this would be great, right? This would be great. But there is not, and that is the problem. They should have just not removed the arena. If they were planning to do something like this, I do not understand removing arena here, right? To me, removing arena in 2 seasons does not make sense because of this. But they have time to change it. They for sure do. Now, Realtime Arena Lite is a content that minimizes the impact on mage training and equipment in the existing Realtime Arena. It is designed to allow players to play strategically with different combinations of mages and decks. However, the effects of equipment and accessories will not be applied. It can take a lot of time to prepare a strong level in 25 mage. Therefore, we are currently investigating a solution through internal testing. Alright. Realtime Arena Normalization and Realtime Arena Lite. As we announced in the previous PD development diary, starting from Season 17, when the Realtime Arena will be normalized and RTA Lite will be established, existing regular Seasons arenas are planning to be suspended, so no more. They don't say discontinued, they say suspended, so it's a bit interesting. Ultimately, the arena content will be operated in 2 types, Realtime Arena Normalized and Lite. Since the Realtime Arena will be postponed as the official arena content, the rewards such as Black Crystals and Arena Coins will be giving out in the existing regular season arena will be reflected in Season 17 when the regular season arena ends after appropriate balancing work. Okay. So basically they're saying that we're going to be getting crystals and stuff in RTA when normal arena ends. When the bot arena ends, they're going to start giving it to RTA, it seems. In addition, starting from Season 17, we are planning to operate the Realtime Arena for a total of 3 weeks. Please enjoy the RTA Lite. For 2 weeks as a concentrated period, we plan to place a wide range of black crystals and mage growth items to support the development of mages. So it seems like they might be giving a lot more. But honestly, now that there's 0 ways to guarantee the Fest skill page on JP, and you could only do 200 pulls free to play, JP just became like 10 times more free to, pay to win. So that's it. After 2 weeks of playing RTA Lite, the Realtime Arena will be held as a regular league for the next week. We are planning to provide mages who place highly in the regular league with appropriate honorable rewards, as well as more attractive and luxurious items as rewards. We can see here. Season 15 is going to have normal arena and RTA. Season 16, same thing. Now, Season 17 is going to be RTA Lite for 2 weeks, and then week 3 is going to be normal RTA. So this week, we're going to be able to use our gear, which is weird. I just find it odd. So let's read this. The internal reward structure and content balance work has not yet been completed. Please be aware that many revisions may occur during the development process. Yes, because I'm just saying right now the JP players don't really seem happy at all, by the way. We will continue to provide updates on the arena's development status through future developments, which I will be updating you on if it gets better. We would also be grateful to receive your feedback through inquiries. While we recognize that arena content is the core of BCM, why should I play an arena like this? We are aware that there were several arena contents operated that raised the question, what is the purpose? Yep. But that's mainly fucking a random arena, okay? Squad PvP, I feel like people go crazy for squad PvP, so I don't really understand this. Under the name beta, a somewhat simplistic idea seems to have taken root in the back of people's minds that it's still a beta, so it won't be a problem if we take the time to improve it. We promise that going forward, we will not operate content that creates an unpleasant gaming experience or requires irrationality, and we will strive to clarify the meaning of content internally and provide truly fun and enjoyable content. Also, after this first 90 update, I feel like there's a lack of content that can be enjoyed over a long period of time, which is frustrating. However, I would like to assure you that all of the development and management staff for BCM are doing their utmost to ensure that the service can continue into the future. All Although this will not be easy, we are working hard to normalize the abnormal aspects that have accumulated since the game's initial release and to make the game a game that changes in a positive direction. Great. In order to ensure that many of you are looking forward to the upcoming updates, next month's development diary will cover a different topic. Okay, interesting. We'll have to see. That's going to be in about a month from now, I guess. But to me, this is not looking too good. As basically, why not? This is the only mode that's going to be for PvP. There's not going to be a normal arena mode. Gear isn't going to matter. All the gear you farmed isn't going to matter. All the dupes aren't going to matter. All your talent stones aren't going to matter. So there's going to be no pay-to-win aspect to this game. No competitiveness. And unless the ranking rewards for the PvE game modes are really good. Because look, in these game modes, there is a ranking reward. We don't know, sorry, there's ranks, but we don't know if there's ranking rewards. So if there's ranking rewards and they're really good, maybe this is how they're going to kind of justify removing gear from PvP, but they have to change it. Okay, I'm just saying they have to change it, right? The competitive people playing for PvP are not going to be happy with this. I'm just saying, all right? It's going to be better, but then it removes all need to really grind the game and all need to spend, all right? That is not a good thing, okay? You could I'm not saying you can't have this mode. I'm saying you need this mode and another mode. This could be the one that gives the crystals. I don't care. But also make another PvP mode that allows you to grind with gear, with dupes, with everything that you want to get. All right? That is what I'm saying. Now, let's see. So, starting off, this person is actually very excited, right? So, Shun actually is someone I've talked to. He's a mono blue player. If you have a brain and a good character, anyone can win depending on the situation, but I think experience is probably different, so the top players are just stronger. So, for sure, there's going to be some experience. I mean, you definitely see it, but it's not going to be the craziest. Now, in the current environment, with the exception of Valk Noel, red, blue, and green are like rock, paper, scissors, so you can win with attribute advantages and strategy. I have a PT I want to try, so I'm looking forward to it. I think a personal team is what he's trying to say. I mean, we'll see. But it's true. Right now, it's going to definitely be more counter teams in pick and ban and all that stuff, too, so we'll have to see. Now, let's see. We're starting to get a bit different. So, seriously, can we all appeal to the management not to get rid of the normal arena? There must be a better way to do it. There's still time. Let's all keep the normal arena. Let's see what they say. I'll cooperate. So, it seems like some people are definitely agreeing. And then we're going to go a bit forward. So, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. So funny. This time, everyone is serious, so they are begging for it. Yeah, it seems like a lot of JP players, from what I was told also from Ali Conley, is that they are not really too happy. If the arena comes back instead of me retiring, I'll retire for anyone. So I think basically he's saying he's going to retire if arena doesn't come back. It's a bit hard to tell. Now, we could probably find more in the hashtag, but let's just continue looking. How about choosing between a regular arena or a real-time arena at the start of the season and setting rewards for each? If you can't match in time, you play against the CPU. The problem with the number of players will be solved if the management works hard to promote it. So basically, kind of similar, but I think a bit different. He's saying one or the other. Why not both? Okay, give arena tickets for normal arena with bots, and then also have RTA with crystals, right? Now, I understand maybe the rewards-wise, which is why give different types of rewards, right? Maybe introduce 2 types of RTA, one with rewards for premium currency, and one maybe for rewards to level up units. I think that's fair. I personally think that's very fair. No light, if you're going to split it up, use pick and ban and regular real-time. See, this is something that I agree with. If possible, don't use pick ban either. I think pick and ban is a great mode. Is it? Okay, I want to make something clear. This mode is going to be fun. It's just not going to be too good for them money-wise, okay? That's what I'm saying. Please don't delete the arena. I don't care if they make the arena available again, such as making it a paid for skip, but turning the competition into crappy content and deleting the universal pieces. No more bad-mouthing, no more talking about pineapple hair or being an enemy of the minions. I don't know what is going on in this translation sentence, but, you know, we're going to skip through that one. At the beginning, everyone was saying they wanted it to be real-time arena, so even though the management made it possible to do it in real time, everyone is now against it. I'm not good at small fish, but I'll do my best. So I think he's trying to encourage them maybe, but yes, it should be RTA, but the way they went about it was not the best if you really consider it, right? They could have made 2 different modes. I'm just saying, 2 different modes, easy. Give the crystals in the free-to-play mode, that's fine, but have 2 different modes so that there's still competitiveness, because they just removed all the competitiveness in Black Clover Mobile on JP. I found nobody said to abolish the arena then, and you shouldn't have heard about pick and ban. You can retire too. So I think this guy definitely wants to quit after this. The word abolished isn't used in the tweet. So yeah, true. It said suspended and not abolished. Okay, suspended is different from abolishment, but we'll see. Nice one. You said you wanted it to come to live, but now you say there's only one criticism. Okay, we're good. I'm not trying to get into any of that shit. So this one got, I mean, 20 likes for the JP community, not that bad. The arena is a fun game, and I've worked hard on carefully selecting equipment and awakening things, so why are they doing something that doesn't make sense? If you want people who haven't grown up to experience it, then the Tower of Trials. We can't survive with management that can't decide between the two. Please, PD, don't make us feel disheartened before Asta is released. Very true. So now we could probably go to the Black Clover hashtag and see if there's anything more. But I think I got most of the stuff because I liked all the tweets I saw. Let's see. Arena is a pain, but I'm not interested in the current real-time version, but I'm interested in Light. I've never played Pick and Ban, and I thought Light would be fine, but I guess I won't be able to touch it till Season 17. It seems difficult to do it all at once, so I hope they set up a trial period beforehand. Probably not. Honestly, probably not. Let's see what... Okay, so yeah, they're removing everything. Okay, anyway. Let me just kind of give my thoughts. If this mode comes to global, it's actually going to be very good, okay? Because I know global is not only going to have this as the PvP mode. Okay, I just want to say this right now. It's hard to tell because Garena is not really communicating, but I really do not... I have a lot of trust in Garena because I don't... Anything that JP's done that was a shitty decision in a lot of players' eyes has never come to global. I want to make that clear. Now, I know a lot of you free-to-plays will be happy. And personally, I'm excited for this mode too. The problem is that there's no other mode for me to really test units in and see big damage. Okay? Because, you know, we're going to see maybe like 10k, 20k damage in this. But it's like, sometimes you want to see 1 million damage, right? With Black Divider. So, I definitely think this is the wrong move overall. Sure, you're going to get new players, but it's not going to be new players that are going to spend, because what the fuck are they going to spend on? Right? You're not going to try and max dupe the unit, so in the first place, you're getting new players for what in the first place, right? I don't get it. So, to me, I think if this comes to global, Garena is going to make it where this is going to be one of the 2 modes that RTA will have. And I really do think Arena is going to stay. I really do think Arena is going to stay. But we're going to have to see. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I think that this can be good if it comes to global. If there's multiple modes, okay, we need pick and ban and normal mode. Some people want pick and ban, some people want normal. I want to make that very clear. I think that this mode is a bit too free to play if it's the only mode. So I really hope JP brings multiple. But I want to say the backlash from what I've been hearing from Ali Conley and obviously the JP tweets is pretty bad. Okay, it is pretty bad. I don't know if we could maybe see it in the forum post. Actually, I have to check it on the Chrome. So I don't think people really use the bulletin board here. Nah, they don't. So it is unfortunate. But do they have comments? Do they? No, they don't. All right. So yeah, it seems like Twitter's mainly what's being used right now, I guess, to really show their dissatisfaction, I guess. But let me just let's see. So is there more quote tweets that I didn't really check? It doesn't really seem so. I think I liked most of them. Yeah, I liked pretty much everything that I saw was kind of worthwhile. Maybe this, we already talked about it. So yeah, that's basically it. Kind of just wanted to update you guys. This is going to be the only arena mode, which is shitty. They definitely need more competition to force people to want to spend more. I'm just saying, right? You need to create even artificial competition in arena by making people want to have, well, by making gaps and free-to-plays to pay to wins. But when you do something like this as the only competitive mode, that is where I see a problem in. Now, like I said, we need more info on everything. But the thing that they are very good at doing is not giving us enough info. What do I mean by this? Well, Black Divider, we have no idea if he's going to be good or bad right now. Okay, most likely he's going to be good. But the problem is, with the info we're given right now, he's going to be fucking dog shit. Okay, so that's the problem, right? Obviously, I'm going to imagine that with the things we're missing out in Black Divider's kit, he's going to be very good. The problem is, we don't have those components to know right away. So we should be notified of things like that in advance. We should be notified of how the ranking rewards for Tower of Trials and Daily Boss Battle is going to be. Because if they're trying to get more competitiveness in actual PvE content, then that's great. But you should also have some in PvP because of how big of a part of the game it is. So that's my opinions. You guys let me know your opinions down below. I think this mode will be pretty good. It's going to be fun. But it's just not going to be a great thing for the game-wise to stay alive for a while if it comes to global. So it will not be coming to global. I'm telling you right now, and if it does, the game's dead.